myself to the stage, I find. You wouldn't think I'd done 106 of these, would you? Anyway, welcome. Brooksy's Bass Corner live chat 107, coming to you from London town here in the UK. Hope you're all safe and well. We did one of these only a couple of days ago, Saturday. Live chat 106, but tonight we're back to the Tuesday slot. Well, basically running now from today, which is 1st of April, through the summer, into the autumn. Won't be moving back to Saturdays until January. So guess we better crack on with it, really. It's Tuesday nights all the way. You're very welcome here. Brooksy's Bass Corner. We're talking bass guitars, bass amps, bass effects, bass accessories, strings, gig bags, great bass players in great bands, albums with great bass playing on. You got anything that you'd like to talk about regarding bass, here's the place to do it. It's the only regular live chat regarding bass and bass guitar that I can find on YouTube. And tonight is, well, I guess edition 107. So you're very welcome. Come on in. You're amongst friends. If you've got any problems with gear or your bass playing, or you're looking for some advice or some information, maybe you're looking to buy some new gear, need some opinions, need some advice, what's good, what's bad, what's all right, come and ask. If we can help, that's what we're here for. If I can give you an answer, that's what I'm here for. If I don't know the answer, I'll open it up to the fine people who are in the Brooksy's Bass Corner live chat, and one of us will be able to at least push you in the right direction if we can. Steffi from Germany, good to see you. Thank you for joining in. Hope it all looks okay, sounds okay. As I said, we did one of these on Saturday, so you'd think I'd get over the adding myself to stage as the countdown approached, but there we are. You don't get polish here, that's for sure. But anyway, very good to see you all. Hope you are all fine and well. It's only 3 days since we last did one. But I hope your bass playing's going well. So tonight's topic of conversation, there isn't really one. It's a bit freeform tonight. So if you got any questions about any bass related topics, any issues, any gear you want to talk about, then feel free. If you're new to the live chat experience, this is the video window. Directly below, you'll see a row of icons. I'll come back to those shortly. Then you've got a description box, and in there you'll find links for merchandise, affiliate links. Very important, got to come back to that. Timestamps, so if you want to whiz through the video very quickly, you can. There's social media links there as well. So in the icons that are directly below the video windows, a thumbs up and a thumbs down. Please give the video a thumbs up. It's the most important thing you can do for this video, this channel, for me. Pushing the videos through the algorithm here on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, you're very welcome as well. If you're on Twitch, good to see you. Thank you for joining in. We're basically on YouTube. I do this through the StreamYard software, and then it gets sort of pushed out to the other channels. So if you're watching on Facebook, watching on Twitch, you're very welcome. Bill Derbyshire, good to see you too. Thank you for joining in. So you've got the thumbs up and the thumbs down. Please give the video a thumbs up if you can. Any videos here on Brooksy's Bass Corner, thumbs ups are the most important metric that you can show the YouTube algorithm that you're enjoying a video. So please give the videos a thumbs up. If you're going to give it a thumbs down, then please leave a comment in the comment section underneath the description box. Let me know what you don't like. I can only make the videos better if I know what isn't working. Done description box, comment section we've just explained. So I was saying about affiliate links. So tonight is quite important. Yesterday at about 5 p.m. in the afternoon, I was just doing my thing, putting on timestamps for Saturday's live chat and what have you. And suddenly I was on Amazon. I'm not even sure what I was looking for. I think I was doing some research and suddenly realized there were loads of bass strings. I thought it was just Rotor Sound. It wasn't just Rotor Sound. It was lots of different brands together. So there was some huge string reductions yesterday as part of the spring sale they were having on amazon.co.uk. So if you're here in the UK, here in Europe, you might want to check out those links. So I'm going to put a link up to the video first. So this is a live chat I did yesterday. And I'm just going to put this link up. I'll add it in the description box when I do all the timestamps and what have you tomorrow. Right, we need to go in there. Let's grab that link, and I'm going to stick that here in the live chat, so you should see this pop up in the live chat window. So this is a link through to yesterday's live chat. We ran for about an hour and 10 minutes, but it completely caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting it at all. So in that video, you will hear me detail all the strings. I was literally doing it as I was finding the deals, putting them in the description box. So if you go to that video and go to the description box, you'll find loads of different sets of strings by Rotor Sound, DR, Ernie Ball, D'Addario's, and there was something else there, I think. Elixirs, loads of strings going cheap or cheaper than they normally are. The links are there. They're affiliate links. So if you click on the link, it'll take you through to Amazon. In front of the item, you add it to your cart, go through with the purchase. The channel, Brooksy's Bass Corner, we get a very small, and I mean small, we're talking pennies here, affiliate commission for any strings or any other products that you buy there on Amazon using the links. So also in the description box on this video, you'll find a link directly through to Brooksy's Bass Corner's store on Amazon. If you go to the string products section, and I will give you actually a direct link here. So this takes you straight through to that section. If you want to check out the strings, I did check this morning, and I've checked this afternoon as well. Those links are still working. I thought the sales links for the strings were only for yesterday. Not the case at all. They're still running. They're still open now. So if you're looking to buy any strings, use those links. I've just posted them up here in the chat. They will be in the description box for after the event, after this live chat is complete. There's loads of strings on there. I know a lot of you like the Funkmaster sets, the FM66s by Rotor Sound, which are the strings that Mark King uses. 30 to 90 gauge round wound steels. They're cheaper than I've seen them probably in the last 10 years. They're, I think, £18.90. Let me just check. See what they're currently priced at. £18.50. So normally they're around 23, 24, 25 pounds a set. They're £18.50 at the moment. There's also the Billy Sheehan set. They're 16% off their regular price, but they're £19.30. Again, normally they're over £20. So usually around the £23 set. Then there's various other sets, 5-string sets there for £24.90. There's some 4-string nickel sets, a couple of pounds off. Then we've got some 4-string Rotor Sound swing bass 66s with how much is that? £3 off. Some Roto sets that are cheaper. There's a double pack set, 2 sets of swing bass 66, 35 to 90, and the Funkmaster set 30 to 90 for £37 instead of 43.28. It just goes on and on and on, and I don't want to take up this whole live chat going through all of these, but there are discounts there to be had, so feel free to have a look in the Brooksy's Bass Corner store on amazon.co.uk. You'll see all the different sets, you'll see the list prices and the current retail price. If you're into elixirs, they're not the cheapest strings, but it's like there's £5-6 off a set there. Some D'Addario's, £8 off. Happy shopping, guys. You know, fill your boots. Strings, I think could well go up in price because of the tariffs that are being added in the US and worldwide. I think you're going to find metals, and obviously strings are made of metal. You're going to find a lot of string manufacturers putting their prices up. So you might do very well to stock up on strings. I'm not saying that just to promote the purchases and get the affiliate commission, although thank you very much in advance for those who do buy through the affiliate links. For example, Ernie Ball regular slinky bass 5-string set, 45 130s, usually 25 quid. They're going on amazon.co.uk at £16.50. So you're making a fair, a fair discount there. I will let you do the sort of looking, and you can go through all the different sets that are on there. Some of the things that were up for sale yesterday are now not on sale at discount, but then there are other things I'm seeing in there that are. So happy shopping. So there's a link there in the chat, link in the description box. If you want to watch the live chat from yesterday, you might find that helpful, because as I was going through, people were finding other deals. There's just loads of stuff there, so I'm trying to save you guys some money. I haven't bought any strings at all. I've got so many sets here at the moment. It made no sense for me to buy any more. I need to use what I've got. But if they can help save you some pounds, some euros, some dollars, or whatever your currency wherever you are based is, then happy shopping. I did have a look on Amazon.com, see if there was anything there. There wasn't, so it seems to be a regional thing. Amazon.co.uk, obviously we're a British channel, so for all the Brits, all the European people, some of you in the US may find it saves you to buy a load in bulk. These might be cheaper prices than you get them for in the stores in the US. I don't know. I'm just putting the information out there, and if it helps to save you some money, fabulous. That's what we're all about. So on with the live chat. Let's see who we've got on here. I think I've caught up with all the comments, actually. Yes, I have. So let's see, where were we? Saturday, we did live chat 106, last of the Saturday live chats. I said in the video on Saturday I was going to possibly take a different bass with me to my request show gig on Saturday. I did. I took the Status Matrix that I said I might take, checked it out before I went. Thought the strings were a little low, but I thought, you know what, you'll be okay. Just don't play as hard, don't dig in. The EQ circuit on that bass is super hot. So I thought, okay, you can just wind a bit of that in. Everything will be good. I lowered the pickups a little bit before I left. Got to the gig, started playing, and realised the strings were too low and the pickups were too high. And it was too late. I was already in mid-gig. So I was getting distorted tones. Strings were bottoming out a little. Not a huge amount, but a little. Realised I haven't gigged with a set of 3595s on any bass probably in... I don't think I've done a gig with that sort of gauge since 1991. And then it was 3090s. But anyway, 3595s on a Status Matrix, just too skinny for me to do a gig. I was starting to subconsciously dig in on the strings. And I just thought, wow, I didn't realise I digged in that much. And I was like really twanging the strings. It was like, you can actually play these a little softer. But what I was finding on the lower notes was I was starting to get a bit of buzz. I was just being quite heavy-handed with the bass. And I really should have done a few adjustments before I left home. But these are the things you learn. And it was the sort of gig, and I've explained it on Saturday because I remember the video because I've been doing the timestamps on it today. If you can take a bass out, unless you've got time and space at the gig to do adjustments, and you've got a spare half an hour, which I didn't have on Saturday when I got to the gig. It was literally get to the gig, go to the loo, back up on stage, plug the bass in, sort my ears out, plug the pedals in, and off we went. And there was no time to do any string adjustments, bridge adjustments, pickup adjustments, or anything. And I just had to go for it. So got back home and realised, yep, that bass has got to go in on the workbench, and I need to do those adjustments. So lesson learnt. So that won't be coming out for this week's request show on Friday, or maybe it will. I don't know. Maybe I'll make some adjustments and try it again. Tomorrow, I've got a Queen tribute show at the XL Centre in London. Daytime show. Should be good fun with Supersonic Queen. Looking forward to it. Guys, if you're watching, evening, I'll see you there. And that's the last of the 3 dep gigs I've got with them. It's been a blast. Been absolutely a lot of fun. So the regular bass player picks up the baton from next week. Or actually, are they gigging this weekend? I think it's next week. And that's all good, all cool. So thank you very much, Chris. I hope I've sort of covered the chair, so to speak, while you've been away. and welcome back, and happy gigging through the summer. So next week it goes back to kind of normality gig wise. It's Decades of Dance on, I think, Saturday the 12th. So like I say, Supersonic Queen tomorrow, Request Show Friday this week at Greek Street in London. Next week, yeah, Decades of Dance on Saturday in Bishop Stortford in Hertfordshire at Home and Eat restaurant. And if you're coming down, if you're in that vicinity, or maybe you're a regular here on the channel and you're coming to see us, let me know, and I'll come say hello. And I'm trying to think, what time have I got to be there? I think about 3 o'clock. So I've got a piece of almond in my mouth. I had a Magnum lolly which had almonds in the chocolate. It's rattling around my gums at the moment. Sorry. So if you're there, I'll be there from about 3 o'clock, 3:30, and looking forward to that. We haven't done a show for that since October. Did the rehearsal last week. All sounded good. So looking forward to that. I'll do a couple of run-throughs next week, probably one a day, and get that set sort of firmly in the head. And then the week after, we've got an Uncle Funk's Disco Inferno show. So all good. It's all starting to get lively now that we're in spring, in April. So it's all good. So anyone watching, if you've bought anything new, any new basses, any new pedals, amps, accessories, I was going to say, anyone that's made some savings with these strings on amazon.co.uk, if you were watching the live chat yesterday, or you just saw the information on the Facebook page, or here on the YouTube channel, let me know what you bought. Let me know how much you saved. I know what's his name? Don't say Ivor Biggin. That's too easy. Let's have a look. Ferris. I was watching that video. He bought a couple of sets of Ernie Ball hybrid strings. Got a couple of sets of those, so he saved a few pounds. Well done, Ivor. But yeah, if you watched anything of the channel yesterday, or you've done it today, I've posted up several times on the community tab about the reduced string prices on amazon.co.uk. Let me know what you bought. Let me know what you saved. It's good to know. Very good to know. Welcome to all new subscribers. We had a bit of a subscriber surge since Saturday. I think we got about 12 new subscribers since Saturday's live chat. So welcome aboard, gang. Hope you find some content on the channel that's useful to you. And let me know anything you'd like to see. Maybe you watch a lot of other bass YouTube channels and they're not providing you with the videos you want to see. Let me know. Converse. You can actually join in the video here. You can actually join in the live chat if you wish to do so. There is, let me put the banner up underneath. You can email me, brooksy'sbasscorner@gmail.com. If you send me an email, I'll send you an invite to this live chat, and you can join in either by video or audio, whichever you prefer. If you're a bit shy, you just want to chat, but you don't want to be on the screen, that's fine. We can accommodate that. Alternatively, you can come on here by video and talk to me by video. So if you've got a problem with any gear, problem with your bass, problem with pedals, you can actually show me on screen, and I'll try and help you as much as I can. So we're running through till about 11 o'clock here in the UK, unless it's a quiet night, in which case we'll finish a bit earlier. And let me know. Let me know anything you want to talk about bass-wise. I'm reverting sort of cameras here. My monitor's right there. I can't have the camera directly in front of my monitor, or else you'll see the hideous mess that's behind me here in the office. And yeah, so if you've got any problems with your gear, or perhaps you're going to your first audition to be a bass player in a band, or setting your first pedal board up, or anything that's bass related, let me know. If I can help, it's what I'm here for. If I don't know the answers, I'll throw it open to the fine people that we have here on Brooksy's Bass Corner live chats. I expect a few of the regulars will pop in later, now that we've moved from Saturday to Tuesday. There'll probably be a few that are completely oblivious to the fact we've now moved to Tuesday. And there'll be some people who prefer the Tuesdays and don't know we've reverted back to the Tuesday. So hopefully they'll catch up at some point, and we'll have a few familiar faces in here. So come on in. So I was hoping to get some new content up before now. I thought I'd have a couple of gig vlogs up since Saturday, but we had a bit of a, well, on Sunday, we had a bit of a loft clear out here at Brooks Mansions, and it took hours. It took about 8 hours, and yesterday was a case of offloading a lot of the stuff that came out of our loft. Some of it went to the tip, some of it went to charity, and that took up hours. So between Sunday and yesterday, I probably used up about 12 or 13 hours that I would have used for video editing. So that's why the long form content hasn't been updated since Saturday's live chat. There will be some later this week. Won't be any tomorrow because I've got the Queen show. But when I get back from my gig tomorrow, there'll probably be some editing, and I'll do some more Thursday. So with a bit of luck, probably a new video up on Thursday, if not Friday. And then we'll get back into the pattern. So at the moment, I've got gig vlog 4 is almost finished. Then I've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Tomorrow will be 11. And Friday will be 12. So all of those to get working on. So keep your eyes peeled. Make sure you hit the notification bell, because that will alert you when I post up new videos and post messages on the community tab. And then you'll see all that stuff here on the channel as it appears. Let's just check the stream health. Looks all like it's working. That's good. Yep, all good. We're up and running. So yeah, we're back on Tuesdays now. Tuesday evenings here in London town, here in the UK. And like I said at the start, there's no sort of finish point for this run of live chats. I'll probably keep them going through the summer. If we have weeks where it's a little slow, or obviously people will be on holiday or out enjoying their evenings in their back gardens after work, then we'll just run the live chat a little shorter than usual. But otherwise, we'll be here every Tuesday from 8 p.m. unless I have a gig, of course, and I'll notify you by the community tab and let you know in advance, of course. And yeah, so anything you want to talk about, bass gear, basses, amps, effects, every Tuesday from 8 p.m. we will be here. Well, I say we. It's me, isn't it, really? So, yeah. So let me know if you're able to make use of the affiliate links for these strings on amazon.co.uk. If you need any help, need some advice, maybe I actually said on the live chat yesterday, it's a good opportunity for those people who wanted to change or investigate some different strings to what they normally use, maybe some different brands, different gauges, different materials. When strings drop in price and you're thinking of doing a bit of a string check, a string investigation, when they drop in price, that's the time to buy a couple of sets that you were perhaps looking at or that you wanted to test out. They might not work for you, but if you can get them at a cheaper price, it's not such a big hit on the wallet, so to speak. Yeah, so like I say, a lot of the string deals that I found yesterday are still running today. I thought they were actually going to finish last night because I got an email from Amazon.co.uk at about 11:15 last night to say you've got 45 minutes to make use of the spring sale prices, not just on strings but other items. And I thought, crikey, okay, those strings are going to go back up in price today. But it looks like most of them have stayed discounted, or at least the ones I found yesterday have. But let me know how you get on. There will be some that have gone up in price or gone back to their sort of standard price that they sell for. But there were quite a few sets that were still discounted. Yeah. All good. All good. So I can see we've got 7 people watching at the moment. Thank you for joining in. It's good to see you. Hope everything is well where you are. Hope your bass playing's going great. If you've got any gigs coming up, let us know. Let us know where you're playing. If you've bought some new gear over the weekend, maybe a new bass, new amp, new effects, let me know. Maybe you've got your eye on something. Maybe you've seen some good deals at various bass emporiums and retailers. It's sad to hear the news about GAC. I'm not talking about cocaine, of course. I'm talking about guitar amp and keyboard in Brighton. Looks like they've gone into administration. And now also I hear that Bax in the Netherlands has also gone a similar way. So we're losing musical instrument retailers. It's a shame. Clearly there's been some mismanagement perhaps at both of those retailers. But yeah, I don't know all the ins and outs of what's gone on. I'm sure that'll come out over time. So let me know if you've got some new toys, got some new instruments, new amps, new pedals. Let me know. There's going to be a whole new load of pedal videos going up shortly. I'm planning on doing some filming early next week. Can put some different basses that actually haven't appeared here on the channel yet through their paces, through some amps and some pedals. So keep your eyes peeled for those. Alongside a load of new bass reviews, new bass demos, some old vintage interviews that have got to go up. And we'll probably do some comparison videos as well. I've got a couple of manufacturers' instruments here in part of my own collection, and I've got several examples from the same manufacturer. So I might start doing some comparison videos, like a couple of Alembics against each other, a couple of Statuses against each other, some GBs, some Lakelands. Got a couple of Kabikis, a couple of Arias, a few Ibanezes. So yeah, might do some of those and see how you guys like those. Okay, let's have a look how we're doing here. It's all ticking along quite nicely, so that's good. I have to check that the stream health is excellent. If it's not, then we've got an issue, but it's all going along quite nicely. So it's all good. It's all good. So obviously, as I was explaining earlier. So we've moved now from the Saturdays back to the Tuesdays at 8 p.m. What this does mean, though, as I know a lot of the US watchers of this live chat preferred it on Saturdays, because obviously at the moment on the East Coast it is 3:30 in the afternoon. A lot of them are at work. On the West Coast it's 12:30. Lunchtime. Again, people are at work, at lunch, what have you, so they don't get to join in on this live chat. However, having moved the live chats now back to this slot on Tuesday evenings does mean I can start trying to do the impromptu live chats on Saturdays when I'm at my gigs. So the reason the live chats couldn't carry on a Saturday afternoon here in the UK is that, well, pretty much through April, May, June, July, August, September, October, I'm going to be driving to my gigs between, well, any point between 12 and 6. And obviously I can't conduct a live chat while I'm driving. I could do a live chat where I was just talking, but then I can't respond to your questions and your comments. So that made no sense. But in doing an impromptu live chat, it means I can show you around the gig, let you see sound check, do some of that. Obviously, I'll be filming for the gig vlogs anyway. But it does mean you can have this live chat on a Tuesday night here in the UK and the impromptu one on a Saturday afternoon as well. So you're going to get 2 bites of the live chat cherry, if you like. The only problem that crops up on the impromptu ones is I don't know in advance, unless it's a venue I've played at before, what the mobile internet coverage is like on my phone. And also I don't know if the venue has Wi-Fi or not until I get there. So those elements I can't do anything about until I get to the gigs. But fingers crossed we'll get to do quite a few of those through the summer when I'm on theatre shows, private events, and doing the festivals. So keep watching. Saturday afternoons. I tend, with the impromptu things, the name gives it away. It's impromptu. I can't schedule them in. Best thing is to keep an eye on the community tab here on the channel. And if I can give you a heads up that there's going to be a live chat sort of half an hour in advance, then that's where I'll post it. And also if I book it in on the YouTube app and say I'm going to do it in 20 minutes, you're going to get an alert anyway in terms of notification. So we will see how it all pans out. But last year I wasn't able to do that many impromptu ones because usually the mobile reception wasn't that great on a lot of the gigs last year. And if the reception's not good, there's no point me doing it because, well, basically this live chat ends up looking like a game of Minecraft or something out of Lego World. Very blocky and not good sound and kind of defeats the object. But we'll see how we go. We will see how we go. It might be okay. And also, if you tune in here on the Tuesday live chat, I will tell you anyway, as a matter of course, where my gigs are going to be that weekend. So at least I'll have an idea if we're going to be out in the middle of nowhere or if we're in a town or a city or what have you. We will see. We shall see. So I've had a little purchase come through. I did buy some strings, actually. I bought some light gauge strings. I want to experiment with a couple of the basses that have sort of come my way in the past sort of year or two. I want to experiment with a couple of them because they're not necessarily basses I'm going to use on a gig, but I would like to experiment with their tones, and also these will make good video content topics for the channel. So I bought a fairly large order of light gauge strings, 2 different sizes, 3090s, 3595s, and some other bits and bobs that I needed. Also, we're coming to the end of tax year, so it made sense to get that order in for the accounts. So they came yesterday from Thomann. Nice quick service. Was very pleased with that. And I also can report that on Saturday's live chat, I talked about a company called Cable Free Guitars, who have a product called the Zero Gravity Strap. And we were talking about this. It could well have been Gareth Harrison, or it might have been someone else mentioned their product to me in relation to the problems and the ongoing problems that I have with the Warwick Bootsy Collins Spacebass. So for anyone who follows the channel, watch videos and live chats, you'll know that I've got a Bootsy Collins, Warwick Bootsy Collins Spacebass. Give me Java. Good to see you. Welcome. And I've got all manner of problems with the balance on it. The bass isn't heavy. The instrument is not heavy in any sense. But because of the placement of the upper and lower horns and the placement of the strap buttons, it has some very, very serious balance issues. I've used it multiple times now on Uncle Funk shows. And the problem with Uncle Funk shows is there are various songs in the set where I have to take my hands off the bass and clap. And every time I've done it, literally the bass is flipped. So I'm not meaning flipping out. It flips clockwise. So the body ends up here and then headstock hurtles to the ground. When you're playing any songs that have a slide, like if I'm sliding between 2 notes, it becomes really problematic because the side of the neck basically rests in the crease between my palm and my fingers, so it rests there. Although it's not heavy bass, that neck is resting on there. If I take my hand away, it flips, it just goes. And the problem is if you try and do a slide, the neck is already, if you move your hand to do a slide between 2 notes, it's already starting to move and think, oh, right, it's time to go towards the floor. It's a major problem. None of the straps I've got have solved it. I bought a 60-pound Groove Gear Neo, whatever the strap is, 4.5 inches wide. Didn't solve it. So I watched the videos for CFG and this Zero Gravity strap, and I sent them an email, and they were very good. They replied. So I sent the email on Friday. We did the live chat Saturday. I got a response from them Sunday morning, which I thought was quite good. And I can read you the response, actually. So I was asking them if they had any suppliers in the UK or anywhere in the UK that I could go and test one of these straps, or if they had a distributor that had test samples so I could check it. So, let's have a look. Where's this email? From a very nice lady called Audrey. Yeah, that's it. So she sent me this lovely email on Sunday, and she said, "Hi, Mike. Thanks so much for reaching out. If you're watching, Audrey, or anyone from Cable Free Guitar, thank you for this." So this is what I got. "Thanks so much for reaching out and for the detailed message and video. We've definitely seen some quirky bass designs over the years, but that Spacebass might take the cake when it comes to balance challenges. At the moment, we don't have any UK stockists." Teeth in. At the moment, we don't have any UK stockists or distributors. All of our shipping is currently from the US. That said, we've had quite a few international players, including in the UK, who've used our zero gravity strap specifically to tackle neck dive, and it's been a bit of a game changer for many of them. So good start. Here's why it might help your situation. The 3.5 inch wide shoulder pad. So bear in mind I had a 4.5 inch strap here, and that didn't help. The shoulder pad with 3D memory foam padding helps distribute instrument weight evenly and counteracts neck pull. Very good. The grippy neoprene material creates enough surface friction to resist sliding. My comfort straps have neoprene. Didn't solve it. Keeping your base from shifting even when you let go. Unlike some neoprene straps that stretch and bounce, ours is intentionally compression resistant and stable, which helps to lock the instrument in place. We've seen a lot of success stories with head-heavy basses like Thunderbirds and hollow body semi-acoustics. And while we can't promise a miracle with something as extreme as the Spacebass, we'd be excited to hear how it stacks up in your hands. So I appreciate your spreading the word through your channel. Love the energy and real world testing you bring to your gear reviews. Let us know if you have any other questions or if we can help make this work for you. So anyway, I sat and sort of cogitated on this for a while. And I thought, well, end of year's coming up. I need expenses in the accounts. So I went ahead and ordered one yesterday. Now, the shipping confirmation from UPS says it should be here by the weekend. In which case, over next weekend, the early part of next week, I will film a video. So I will show you the Spacebass with all the different straps I've got. And then we'll see if it works with the zero gravity strap. If it does, I will shout from the rooftops that this has solved the problem. The other option I've got, and I've explained this before, is last year, about this time actually, I bought between 1.5 and 2 kilos of these wheel weights. So these are what go on wheels when you're doing the balancing and tracking on wheels. And they basically have a sticky back strip that they're on, so you can load up strips of them. Now, I did a brief test last year, and those alone didn't work. And I put them along various parts of the Spacebass to try and give that end of the body more weight. So it had an extra 1.5 to 2 kilos, and it didn't solve the problem. It might well be this strap and those weights together solve the problem. But until that strap gets here, I don't know. So we will see how it goes, and I will keep you posted. If it does the job, fabulous. And if it doesn't, then I will say so in the video. I won't be overly negative to the company. It's not their fault. The only thing that is their fault is that there's nowhere here in the UK you can test these things. So if I could have gone into a shop and tried one and realized it doesn't work, then I would have saved the money. But there we go. Now, there is a strap not unlike this strap available on Amazon from a Chinese manufacturer, and it looks virtually the same thing, and it's about £12 cheaper. So I could have bought one of those and tested it, but I thought, do you know what, let's buy it from the company that makes the original item, and then if it's fabulous, I'll publicize it on the channel, and if it's not, we'll do the one video and we'll call it quits. But it might well be that if it doesn't work for the Spacebass, I can use it on the Alembics or any of the other slightly weighty basses I have here. So give me Java, how are you? You love CFG. Now tell me, do you have your own YouTube channel? I'm just wondering if you might be one of the guys I saw demonstrating basses, and you were demonstrating these straps and you bought a few of them. I'm just wondering. Vissol, good to see you. Thank you for joining in. Dawson, this ain't no April Fool's joke. No, Brooksy's Bass Corner live on a Tuesday. There you go. Give me Java. I remember you mentioning the Bootsy bass in the Saturday morning stream. It seems CFG had a different type of grippiness. Yeah, so on the underside of the strap, it's like a bobbled thing. Oh, you don't have a channel. Okay, fine. It has like a bobbled texture. So we'll see, won't we? If it works, great. It will save me so much grief, but I need to be able to have that bass, and if I take my hands away, it doesn't tip. If that solves that issue, I will be so happy, and it will mean I can start using that bass properly with Uncle Funk and really start to make it earn its money. At the moment, I think I've done 1, 2, 3, 4. It's done about 6 gigs so far, 7 gigs maybe at push. But it's done the same thing every time. We get to songs like Car Wash or Dance, Dance, Dance. A couple of other songs in the set. And as soon as I take my hands away, it just flips. And if I try and run the strap on the lower button, then the bass wants to flip outwards. So literally the top end just wants to push out and twist over. So I can't win either way. So I need a solution to this. Otherwise, if I really can't get it to work, I'm probably going to have to sell the bass on, because it works fine when you sat down. Balance is perfectly great, no problem. But as soon as you stood up and you're not holding that bass, it just doesn't happen. It's virtually impossible to play unless I just accept that I can't ever clap or do anything other than hold that bass while I'm using it. But that's no fun. That's no fun. It's no use. And no, doesn't work. Doesn't work in that premise for me. So I will report back. So it's due here on Friday, the strap, according to UPS's tracking. And we'll see how we go. Obviously, I picked the purple paisley finish. Purple to match the purples and pinks of the bass. And if it works and it's really good, I'm going to try it on the Alembics anyway. And if they're great straps, then maybe that's the end of my purchasing of comfort straps, and I'll buy a few more of these in some of the other finishes, some of the other patterns, and use them with the other basses that are heavy. It would be upsetting because I've been using comfort straps since 1998, nearly 30 years. This is the first bass that's caused me a major issue. Even the Alembics weren't that bad. They had some super stretch because they're heavy old units, and they would make the comfort straps pull quite intensely. But nothing have I ever experienced like the Bootsy. That's a definite one-off. How Warwick allowed that to leave their factory and go into production in that way, and they thought it was okay. I just don't know. I don't know. It astounds me. I would not be able to allow that to go into production with those issues. They clearly didn't make that many, or didn't intend making that many. And I think it's still available as maybe a custom order, but they're a rock bass, so they were probably made in bulk at the time. And they used to be available through Thomann up until about 2 years ago. I haven't checked since. Let's have a look. Oh yeah. Yes, in stock at Thomann. Cheaper now as well. That could be because the pound is improving in terms of exchange rate. Let's see this review. Major bugbear is the case. Okay. And the guy also said the strap button needs to be moved. Yeah, I'm wondering if that may be the only option for this. I don't know. I don't know. Lots of people not really commenting on the balance thing. Okay. Top heavy to the extreme. Yeah, just a bit. Very poorly balanced. Yep. Hang on to find a solution. I finally bought a double groove gear duo strap, which did little to solve the problem. I completed by hanging on the strap near the body of the bass. A 2 kilogram diving weight. Well, I've added on nearly 2 kilograms of weight and it still didn't. 2 kilogram diving weight, which rebalances the base, and bingo, the neck no longer falls, but it's heavy, but it's distributed over 2 shoulders thanks to the double strap. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. Interesting. So yeah, it is still available out there. So we'll see. We will see. But I will report back on this strap and let you know how it fares. In my head, I don't think it's going to solve the problem. I think it'll if it's definitely a 2 kilogram diving weight, then obviously maybe I haven't got 2 kilograms of weights here. But I don't really want to be spending. These cost 15 quid on their own. But we'll see. We'll see. Like I say, I've got strips and strips of these. And I was contemplating putting a weight in like a pouch, like a wireless transmitter pouch, and putting that on the end of the strap. Maybe I've still got to go that route. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, look, loads of them. And there's still more here. So we will get there somehow. By hook or by crook, I'm going to solve this problem. And obviously I'll put content up on the channel showing you how we got around this problem. Because it has been a soap opera. And yeah, I just want it sorted. I want to be able to use that bass. It sounds good. It plays great. But the whole balance thing just drives me insane. Dawson, you'll have to hold up the bass by wires on the roof rafters like a flying Gene Simmons. Yes. I've actually thought about whether I need to make some sort of harness for it. I don't know. Possibly. We will see. We will see. Anyway, it's 8:52 here in London town, here in the UK. You're very welcome here, Brooksy's Bass Corner, live chat 107. We're now back on Tuesday evenings from 8 o'clock every Tuesday. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for getting involved. Thank you for joining the chat. Thank you to all new subscribers. Thank you for all the likes, all the comments, all the shares. Got my weekly and monthly recap report from YouTube today. Everything's good. Well, in fact, here, I'm just clicking on the analytics. Everything is in green. Views, watch time hours, subscribers, revenue, everything. So thank you very much, you fine people. Can't do it without you, but everything is in green going upwards. So thank you. Yeah. More of the same is good. More of the same. Please feel free to get involved in the poll, which I put on all the live chats now. I'll say it again. I said it at the start of the live chat. Please give the video a thumbs up. It's the most important thing you can do for this video, for the channel as a whole, for me, for the other videos. If you ever watch any Brooksy's Bass Corner videos, please give them a thumbs up. It's so important. Comments are fabulous as well. And if you share any of the videos out to social media, email, websites, thank you in advance. Any highlights from Pinkman's Nashville guitar show? Yeah, there were quite a few basses there. I caught my eye. There were some nice Spectres that we actually didn't get to see too much of because he was moving around. He will be joining us later, hopefully. He's got a few things to do today. So hopefully he'll meet us in the second half of the presentation. Or it may be he doesn't get on here before we finish, but we'll see. Yeah, and there were, trying to remember, there was a couple of basses there that caught my eye. Sadly, the Alembics were left-handers, but that's fine. There was an early Ken Smith there, and I'm not a Ken Smithophile. I've never owned one. It's never been a bass I've particularly lusted after. I know some players do. But that looked interesting. There was some nice Stingrays there. Some older P's and Jazzes. Meeting the Schwarmy, the guy that runs the Bass Palace after all these years. John Cooper, hello, sir. that was a highlight for me, because I used to visit his website religiously every weekend. So I'd come home from gigs, it'd be late, couldn't go to sleep immediately. I'd chill out in front of the PC, check some bass stuff. And the Bass Palace in the US was always one of those ones, just had like a mystical pull for me. They had so much good gear in there. And I used to check that out every weekend. And I was always so surprised at how quickly stock there changed. And back in like 99, 2000, before we all had broadband, we were all running on modems. And before everyone was using eBay religiously for selling gear, the Bass Palace just had so much good quality stuff in it. So to see him there at the show, and I messaged him after the show, and we sort of exchanged a couple of emails. That was great. John, evening, mate, and all, just tuning in for 10 minutes while I sit in a cold car park. Oh, you're doing the taxi run, aren't you? Waiting for your son's football training to finish. Any news on that Jazz purchase yet? The vintage Jazz. Dawson, Spectre, the choice of metal god Ian Hill, indeed. Visog, I lusted after those US sites. Beaver Felton, yeah, that's still going, I think. Bass Central, I think that's still going. They used to do a lot of custom orders on the American brands. Let's see if it is still there. So things like Alembics, Spectres, Dingwalls, Lakelands, they would do lots and lots of custom orders and get some great basses through there. Never bought from them, much to my annoyance. Oh, why isn't that showing your brands? Oh, not sure I like that. What's going on with their site? It's not listing. Ah, there we go. Are they still stocking Alembics? Oh, they are. Goodness me, there's some buttes in there. I mean, I dread to think how much money they've got tied up in stock, but so that new design Alembic single cut, which is kind of Stanley Clarke model, but with no top horn. It's just the rounded bout, no cutaway. That is now called the Alembic Crest. Is that right? Let's have a look on alembic.com, see if they've got it there as a shape you can now order. What's new? The products, here we go. Right. It's not listed as such. But then Alembic don't update their... They don't update their website all that often. So it's not listed as such, but Bass Central have got that listed as the Alembic Crest. Medium scale, 32-inch, walnut over ebony, walnut top, ebony board, red LEDs, 13,219. So I'm guessing that's probably using the Stanley Clarke Signature Standard Electrics. Interesting. Very interesting. Sorry, I'm just having a look on Bass Central here. I don't like the way you click on the basses section. It doesn't necessarily list the manufacturers. That could be because I'm on Windows 10. I'll be upgrading later in the year when Microsoft stops supporting Windows 10. This is my desktop PC, of course. There we go. Let's have a look at their Spectre list. Some very nice stuff there. I do like their Bahama blue on a quilted maple top. Very much so. Yeah, some nice finishes there. Good array of models too. Interesting. Used bases. Let's see what they've got there. Second hand. Okay. There's some funky numbers in there. And bargain basement. What's that then? Oh, not a lot. Fenders, a Godan, some cabs, some amps. Okay. Let's have a look in the effect. Oh, they've got the new Alembic FL105 super filter pedal. Yeah, might be looking at one of those myself. They're not cheap, $1,200. In fact, how much are they selling those for? I don't even know. They're not even listed here on the Alembic site, I don't think. Okay, well, Bass Central's got one. They've certainly got one. Ah, they haven't got them. They're on order, expected to arrive this month. Oh, no, it says current stock 2. So, in other words, they've ordered them. They're just waiting for them to arrive. Okay. Off from this one. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, I'll keep an eye on those. I might well buy one. Just look through, see what else they've got. If there's any sale items on here. Sadly, they don't aggregate stuff together by the same manufacturer. It's all kind of dotted all over. Okay. Interesting. Okay. George Iliadis, good to see you. Welcome. John, got loads more pics of the Jazz. Looks great. Driving down to Chessington on Thursday. Try it out. Excellent stuff. Near my old stomping ground at Kingston. Visog, Alembic single cut. Not a fan. I don't know. I don't like single cuts, but I did like the look of that bass. Visog, I can't get on Alembic's site. No, there were some issues, but I've just got on there. There were some issues the past couple of weeks. I don't know what was going on there. I couldn't get on there either. And sometimes I'd have to go into the Alembic Club and then go in via some of those links and get me onto the site. Just keep trying. I did get on there in the last couple of minutes. So, John Cooper, did Mr. East get to your gig on Saturday? No, he didn't. I literally came off the live chat, and about 10 minutes later, I got a message from him which read, hold on, I'll tell you what it read. Where is he? Here he is. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm good. Start again. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm probably going to make it this time. It's Eric Clapton's 80th birthday party tonight, which starts around the same time as your gig. But enjoy. So I came second to Eric Clapton. I can live with that. Not a problem. But we do communicate fairly regularly, Mr. East and I. Unfortunately, our diaries rarely ever match up. So if he's in London, I'm either bombed out the door with things I've got to do and places I've got to go to. And whether he's based in London or down near Guildford, because of Eric, our paths don't cross. We'll get there at some point. But we haven't actually physically seen each other since 2017. But before that, I saw him in 2014, 2015, 2016, and of course 2017. So, yeah. And he was such he was very much up for coming to the London Bass Guitar Show when we used to do it as part of the mag. And every time we could have had him, the magazine publishers dilly-dallied on what they wanted to do and how they wanted to do it. And by the time they went, right, now you can book the guests, Nathan was already booked. But there was one show, which I think was 2017, and we could have had Nathan, Marcus Miller, Stanley Clark, Larry Graham, Mark King, Glenn Hughes, all at that one show. And we mucked it up. It was left too late, and by the time we went back to everyone, and I'd been in touch with them because I'd been interviewing them in that period in 2016 leading up to 2017, they all said yes, love to do it, great. Obviously money would have to be discussed and flights and what have you, but in terms of availability, they were all available for the week of the 2017 London Bass Guitar Show. But by the time we went back to them to book them, we'd missed the boat. So a shame, a missed opportunity, probably the biggest missed opportunity I think we had. And we could have had all of them at the same show together. Would have been nuts. That would have been off the scale that year if we'd got all of those. Dawson, Mr. East, lucky guy, and happy birthday, Slowhand. Yes, indeed. Yeah, he was over here jointly for Eric Clapton's birthday, but also to promote his Laney Digbeth signature amp. So, yeah, I think he's gone back to the US. I haven't checked his social media for the past couple of days, so. But there we are. I tried. So it is 7 minutes past 9 here in London town. This is Brooksy's Bass Corner, live chat 107. We've done 107 of these. So thank you very much. Thank you for attending. If you've stumbled across this channel and you're thinking, what the hell is this all about? We're a bass channel. We talk bass guitars, bass amps, bass effects, bass accessories, bass players, bands with great bass players in. If you've got any problems with gear, or you're looking to buy something, or your amp or your bass or your pedal needs some attention on the workbench, let me know. If I can help, that's what I'm here for. Gareth Harrison, glad he had managed to get control of his socials back. Yes, he lost, I think it was, well, he definitely lost his Facebook channel, or one of his Facebook channels. I think he might have got his Instagram, was starting to get a bit chewed up as well. But anyway, he's got them all back, so. Thank goodness. Funky R, good to see you. May I ask a pickup question? You certainly may. Fire away. What's the problem? Any knowledge, experience of the lace pickups, Aluma bass bar pickups? No experience and no knowledge either. I presume that's the company. Let me put it in a Google. Let's see what comes up. Alumatone. Is that the company? Lace. Oh, no. Lace Pickups is the company. Right. Okay. No, never used them. I am guessing... I presume lace pickups were part of the lace sensor pickups that Fender used to use, maybe, that were always preferred by Jeff Beck. Aluma. Here we go. Aluma bass bar. Is that what you're talking about? Humbucker with an ultra wide frequency response. Okay. There's an Alumatone Death Bucker. I did say that right. You didn't hear me swearing. Aluma J bass. Well, it looks like they're... hang on, see what that says. Looking at the J basses. High output gain, okay. Deep, clean J style tone. Customer ratings. Transmission seems quite linear without any noise, but with a volume that you would normally expect from fully turned up active electronics. Jazz version works in a similar way, loud without noise and quite modern in tone. Okay, well, it sounds like they're fairly hot, lively sounding. No noise, which was the whole selling point of the lace sensor thing when Fender were using them. I haven't used them. I've not played any basses with them. In fact, I don't think I've ever played a Fender bass that had lace sensor pickups. So, unfortunately, sir, no, you're going to have to kind of dip a toe in the water and either go to a store that's got some, maybe check out some YouTube videos if there's some demos. I'm sure the company will have some demo videos up somewhere, whether on their site or their YouTube channel. No, I can't offer any help there. Anyone else? Anyone else watching the channel used any of the lace pickups, the Illuma bass bar pickups specifically? I guess they're going to be probably cleaner and of a similar output to DiMarzio's, whereas DiMarzio's are more rock output. I'm guessing these are intentionally cleaner, loud, defined pickups. These don't necessarily look, it does say patented current driven technology, but I'm guessing that's driven as in current, electrically, electrical current, not driven as in rock technology. No, I don't, no experience of them whatsoever, so I can't advise you or anything. You're thinking of them for a crazy fretless build. Thing with pickups is that until they're in an instrument, it's very hard to say what they're going to do. You can have three basses that are the same and put those pickups in all three, and the basses are going to sound different in terms of their output. And the thing with any bass, especially fretless, pickups are going to be really important because you want all that tone, but you don't want it to be all, overemphasized and sort of killing the actual signal and tone that the bass is providing. So unless you put a set of pickups in and you go, oh, I like those, you aren't necessarily going to know how they're going to sound. If you have a store near you and they have a technician there who will happily fit multiple different sets of pickups in and out, if you can find someone that will do that, then great. You'll probably have to pay for their time doing all the soldering. But that's the ideal way of doing it. But it's, like I say, you got to find someone that's going to let you do that. I suspect not many places are. And I've never understood why retailers, guitar shops, bass shops don't have like a set of testing pickups from each manufacturer. They should insist on it. So, if DiMarzio are going to sell a load of pickups and Seymour Duncan are going to sell a load and EMGs are going to sell a load and we go on and on and on, they should have one of every pickup that they're going to sell in that store available there for people to have fitted to their instrument to find what they want. I've never understood it. How we used to do all this, I don't know. Guitarists must have very deep pockets to keep shelling out on different pickups. I know Nathan East said in the 70s and in the 80s, he had basses that were literally gouged to bits, where they've been routed so many times to accommodate different pickups and putting in supporting wood. And then he ends up with Yamaha and they've had the same pickups. So there we go. Dawson, I listened to Lost Chord and Red Rocks 92 by the Moody Blues and seen them live in 2019. Any John Lodge stories? Yes, loads. I interviewed him in 2016. I will put that interview up, the audio of it, at some point. Yeah, he was on a solo tour at the time. He's not been a well man recently, but I think he's going back out on tour shortly. He's a lovely guy. Oh, my word. We'd never met. And he was happy to sit there and talk as long as I wanted. So, lovely chap. Very good. I can't remember what's in the interview. It was like 9 years ago. But I will put it up on the channel. I'll let you know when I'm doing it. and you can have a listen. A fine chap and a fine bass player. Well, he must be good. He's been going this long. And he's a good guitarist as well. Very good guitarist. But yeah. So Funky R, that's my input. If anyone watching has any knowledge or any use of or experience of using lace pickups, specifically the Aluma bass bar pickups, let us know. I'm sure there must be some videos on YouTube, surely. Let's have a look for you. There we go. Yeah, there are. In fact, if it's the J's you're looking for, there's a video right there. I'm guessing you've looked at this. I'm guessing you've seen that already. And then, okay, Low End Lobster, he did a video showing them off. There's another one. There's quite a few, it looks like. But again, how they sound on that video in that bass, is that representative of what it's going to sound like for you? You're wanting to put them in a fretless, so it's going to be quite different. Response is going to be everything. You're looking forward to the interview, Dawson. Excellent. I will let you know when I put that up. It's there. The audio's on the hard drive. I've just got to edit it up into a video. If you want to join me here on Brooksy's Bass Corner on the live chat, you can by video or audio. There's a ticker running along the bottom of the screen. Just email me, Mike Brooks. No, not Mike Brooks. brooksysbasscorner@gmail.com. Send me an email. I'll send you an invite. You click on the invite link and it will bring you straight through. Okay. I was about to check something there. I can't remember what it was. Stream health is excellent. That's good. That's what we want. So anyone just sort of joining the live chat, in case you weren't aware, Amazon.co.uk have got sizable discounts on different strings. And I did a live chat yesterday, late afternoon, early evening, letting you guys know the discounts. And if you want to check that out, earlier on in the live chat window here, if you scroll up, you'll find a link to the video from yesterday. I've put all the affiliate links for those particular sets of strings in the description box. However, if you want, you can just go in the description box to this or any video, click on the link that takes you through to the Brooksy's Bass Corner storefront on amazon.co.uk, not amazon.com, it's .co.uk. Go through to the string products section of the store, should be the first section actually, and you'll see loads of strings in there and you'll see all the discounts and hopefully save you some money. If you buy through the affiliate links or you buy through the storefront, the channel will receive small affiliate commissions on each purchase, which helps the channel, helps me, helps the video in the eyes of the algorithm, and everything's right with the world. Hopefully save you some money. So if you're a fan of Rotor Sound Funkmaster 66 strings, which are Mark King's chosen string of choice, they are about £7 cheaper than they normally are on amazon.co.uk. I thought these prices were going to end last night. They haven't. A lot of them are still active now. So if you're looking to stock up on cheap strings, now is a good time to do it. Now last week we couldn't get the videos to run from John. Could we? So let me see if I can find another way of doing that. So lovely John Cooper came to my gig the other week. Let me just find those. Where did I put them? Down here. No, it didn't want, because it's the different codec. That's right. So there's a way I can run them in another player, and then I can share the screen. So bear with me a moment. Let's have a look. Now, you won't be able to hear these, unfortunately, and I wouldn't want you to hear them because of copyright, but at least you can have a see, hey? I think these are in order. Yeah, they are. Oh, let's just wind that back a bit, shall we? And we're going to make that a little bit bigger, and I'm going to share my screen. Where's that gone then? There we are. Now hopefully you'll be able to see that. Make it a little smaller. Let's see, how's that work for you? Yeah, all right. Now you won't be able to hear this, but at least you can see it. All right, so this was a gig we did at the Drill Hall in Ware on 15th of March. The lovely John Cooper came along, and he filmed this footage for us. Oh, helps if you keep the window open, Mike. There we go. So there's like 4 or 5 videos here. So I had the Bootsy bass on. I can assure you it was a little bit of a struggle. Then we go through to another clip. Lasers and everything. And as you'll see, my my playing hand, my right hand, doing all the string plucking, rarely moves from that position. And the reason being, it's very hard to get your location on that bass. You take your hand away and then trying to relocate the pickup and where the strings are, really difficult. So then moving into the second set, got the Status Graphite Empathy bass there, which I'm sure a lot of you will recognize from the Bass String Experiment series. So playing that, it's like butter in comparison. Just so easy. I don't even have to think about it. It's like a pair of slippers. I just get on with it. Don't even have to think about it, really. So we had a few in that night, you know. Nice sound man there. Doing our thing. We had a good night. It was very lively. Drummer with his LED kit. We like an LED or two in this band, as you can probably tell. Not sure what's going on here, but there we are. But it was a lively night, and we'll be back there next year, I guess. We seem to do a gig there every year. I think we might be back with Decades of Dance next year, but we will see. Bring back any memories, John? Yes, Dawson, Uncle Funk. And actually that guitarist, Mr. John Beadle, was his first gig with us. He was depping for Bobby. Bobby was away and did a blinding job, I have to say. Did a very good job. Well done, John, if you're watching. I don't think you will be, but you never know, do you? There we are. So that's what we do. That is what we do. So now looking forward to doing a lot more of that through the summer. Festival season is just around the corner. And next Uncle Funk show is Decades of Dance next week, as I said, at Home and Eat in Bishop Stortford in Hertfordshire. And then we've got Uncle Funk's Disco Inferno the following week. I think that's a private event. That's in London. Oh yes, in Hackney. That's right. Yeah, private party with parking right slap bang outside the venue. Happy days, because trying to park in Hackney isn't always the easiest. So. Any Irish shows? No. I don't know of anything in the melting pot. I don't even think the old version of the band went to Ireland for any shows. We're trying to, at the moment, get the Decades of Dance theatre show, obviously in the theatres. So there's a possibility maybe an agent will run with that, bring us to Ireland. That'd be great. We'd love to come, of course. But no, there's nothing in the diary as of yet, as far as I'm aware. If you know any Irish promoters or agents that would want to take on Uncle Funk, then let me know. I can put them in touch with the head honcho, and they can discuss it between them. Dawson, does anyone Depp for Johnny Depp? A Depp for Depp, maybe. Yeah, very good. Yeah. Yes, very good. April Fool. See, it passed at midday for us, so you are 9.5 hours late. So the joke actually backfires. The law is that if you do an April Fool's joke after midday, then you're the fool. I didn't like to say it, Dawson, but there. An explanation of how it works over here. So it's just turned 9:30 here in London, here in the UK. This is Brooksy's Bass Corner, live chat 107. There's no big build up to the 100 now. We've done it. We've gone past it. So now we have to head towards 150 or 200. That'll take a while to rack up. Yeah. So as I said earlier, also Bax seems to have followed. It's BAX, not BACS. Bax has fallen into the same quagmire as GAC in Brighton. Both retailers in administration, which is a shame. I bought some stuff from Bax last autumn, and despite having loads of horrendous reviews, and I'm sure they were probably all warranted, I had really good experience. And it was the only thing I bought from them. I bought pedal board, power adapter, and a load of other bits and bobs. And I was stocking up on stuff. And the whole experience was fine. No problems, no issues. So it's a shame to hear that both of those retailers have, well, it looks like they've bitten the dust, but unless someone comes along to buy those brands, that'll be that. We will see. Right, let's see where we are. John. Here we go, Gareth. Actually, there's a few there. Dawson Waters, Fall for Your Love in Whitesnake. Well, quite. Gareth, what are your gig bag essential items? Now, if you go back to, in fact, I'll get you a link, makes it easier. I did a live chat on this in the very early days of the channel and the live chats. So bear with me a moment. Come on, there we are. Bass gig bag essentials. Here we go. That's for you, Gareth. There's quite a few. I think I did I do 10, 20? It was actually a feature that I did. One of my first features I did for Bass Guitar Magazine was 20 gig bag essentials. And when I went through that list in 2021, loads of it changed. Loads of it changed. So have a look at that live chat. I'd planned on doing like a proper video for it after the live chat and never got round to it. And a lot of channels do those gig bag essentials and they don't get many views. So, because I guess we're all putting the same stuff in there. So until this channel has like a large number of subscribers who hopefully will watch it, there's not much point in me doing it because it would be a video that took up a lot of production time, but not necessarily going to get a lot of views, sadly. John, I'm back from my evening's dad cabs gig. Excellent. Random gear question. Okay. Any recommendations for guitar wall hangers? Well, Hercules looks good. Yeah, I will open this to the floor. So if anyone else has got any experience on this, let us know. So the hangers you see my basses on, I bought these back in like 2004, 21 years ago. I am sure there are much better, cheaper versions of these sorts of things around now. Back then, there weren't that many. There were some because obviously stores had them and what have you. These ones, they're okay, but they are looking a little tired, if I'm honest. And I'm not surprised. They've been up since 2005. So you might well do better getting Hercules, or if there's some other things there. It's really just a case of doing your research. But I mean, I can't even remember what brand these were. Like, well, I'll tell you what. I'll have a look on my email. Hold on, see if I've still got the email. I might, but it's going back some. Just bear with me. Let's have a look. I suspect I haven't, but you never know. No, see, my emails are going back to 2016. And I know I bought them long before that. And they were like a online store purchase. So I can't even go back to like Amazon. See, I've got emails here in another folder, 2011. But I bought them back in 2004, 2005. I think I even bought them as like a bulk from an online retailer in preparation for buying the house. And we bought the house in 2005. So I can't even tell you what, but there's nothing on them that says what brand they are. But a lot of these wall hangers are much of a muchness, to be fair. It's really just finding a model you like and then shopping around for the cheapest price. But yeah, I've got nothing else going back further than 2011 here in that folder. Let me have a look. There might be one other folder it could be, but again, how far back? Oh, okay, that's going to... Right, okay. Level 42 Digest, number 253, from the 13th of September 2001. Let's have a look. Right, that's 2005, into 2006. Well, no, by that time we were in and we'd been here for a while. So I can't help you there, John. That's most unlike me. Sorry. No, I can't help you. I'm really sorry. Sorry. But if anyone has a recommendation for good bass wall hangers, let us know. Dawson, you have Hercules for long neck basses. Works like a charm. Wall mounted, is that what you're saying? I use Hercules as stands, but I haven't got any of their wall hangers here. Basically, you want the wall hanger to be as secure as possible. I can't remember. I think these are like a plate, like a rectangular plate, 4 screws. And then you've got the hanging part, and it rotates like it's a fulcrum, and it rotates on that. But there's 4 screws in the wall for each one. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you use a wall-mounted one. I think you can probably trust the Hercules ones to do a good job. If they were bad, you'd be hearing about it on bass forums and what have you. Maybe have a look on Bass Chat. Do a search for wall hangers, wall mounting basses, and see what people say. Problem is, for status, headless, there is something else you have to get, which is like a cradle kind of thing, and your bass sits in it, I think. But you'll need to check that out. I've never thought about mounting headless basses. So, and as you know, I have sort of racks here. I don't have enough wall space really to put any more up. So 5 was enough. Yeah. So if you got any questions, anything bass amps, bass effects, bass accessories, strings, gig bags, the lot, pedal boards, let me know. If I can help, I will. If I can't help you, I will open it to the floor and let the fine people here discuss. Okay, stream health is good. That's what we like to see. If you want to help the channel, you can do so. We have merchandise, which links are in the description box below. In fact, let me just change the banner. Liking the videos, comments, sharing the video out to social media, all fabulous. If you're after merch, links are in the description box below. I realised I put the wrong banner on. We'll go to that one. So if you go in the description box below this video window, you'll find links for Brooksy's Bass Corner merch. There are caps, t-shirts, hoodies, water bottles, lunch boxes, iPad covers, mobile phone covers, loungewear, a million glasses, drink bottles, water bottles, beer glasses, all sorts. If you buy merch, obviously we get a percentage of it back from the reseller. That helps to keep the channel going. Every video here on Brooksy's Bass Corner, because we're a monetized channel, has an option in the icons below the video window. You'll see a love heart with a dollar symbol in. That's called Super Thanks. Allows you to make a donation to the channel. And for those in the know who've obviously been on live chats before, if you come to the very bottom of the live chat window, so if you're on the mobile app, it's below here, below the video window. If you on the desktop version, it's that way. That way. At the bottom, you'll see the comments section, a big emoji icon, so you can add emojis to the chat, and feel free to do that as much as you wish. Next to that, you see a rectangle with a dollar symbol in, and that's called Super Chat. Exactly the same as Super Thanks. Just if you're enjoying this video, enjoy the live chats, enjoy what the channel does, you can financially contribute to keeping the channel going, because everything that you see here on the channel gets paid for. You can make a financial contribution to the channel if you wish to do so. You don't have to. The videos are free to watch. But if you want to help me, help the video, help the channel be sustainable over the long run, then feel free to donate financially using the Super Chat option or the Super Thanks option. Thank you very much in advance. I saw some messages there. Right. Funky R, who's the craziest bass player you ever met and why? There's different levels of crazy. If you're talking about people who are just out there, man, and a little, see, I could get into libelous stuff here, and I don't really want to do that. I don't want to call them out or dig them out, but there were certain individuals who were clearly working on another intelligence level that I'm not on, and probably most of us aren't on. Jonas Hellborg was one. Very hard to interview. Bobby Vega, another one, although I still put down his behavior at the 2018 bass show down to beer. But when I met him on the Friday, he was nice as pie. Saturday and Sunday, he was a complete pain in the ass. And it annoyed me because I was the one that suggested getting him for the show. So, yeah, so that was that. Glenn Hughes is slightly out there, but a lovely guy. But he's had a lot of issues in his life, so that was understandable. You get down-to-earth people. You get people who are seriously motivated. Trying to think. Crazy people. I wouldn't say crazy, but definitely there were certain individuals that were on a slightly different level to the rest of us. And I'm not talking about talent and everything else. I'm talking about the way their brain works, where they spiritually are at. Actually, let me have a look on the... Let me go into my folder of interviews and see if any names pop out. Most of them are fairly sensible. Bukiti Kamalu was slightly odd. He was very, I don't want this to sound negative. It's not meant in this way. He was very self-centered. And some of that came out in the interview. What I was relaying to you guys when I wrote the interview up, if you read that interview, he was very about him. It wasn't about Paul Simon or the things he does. It was about him. Maybe I just caught him on an odd day. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, no, they're all good. Doug Wimbish, I found it very difficult to ask him a question, because anyone that's met Doug will know when you talk to him, it's like setting off a chain reaction of reactions. And you can ask him one question and he'll fill up like 45 minutes and he's basically answered the rest of the questions on your list without you having to ask them. And it's an interviewer's dream. I didn't have to ask anything. He just gave me all the content and I then wrote the interview up. So that was good. Felix Pistorius, I thought was going to be kind of off the charts, and he wasn't. He was lovely, very down to earth. No issues there at all. Jack Bruce was fabulous. Where are we here? John Myung was funny. Dream Theater, very quietly spoken. Didn't really give much away. Felt like I had to really pull his answers out when we were doing his interview. He was. He might have been tired. I can't remember if they were on tour or not. It was coming up to Christmas, and he just struck me as being sort of very tired and just really, like, the interview was a pain to him. He just wanted to go back to bed, I think. But yeah, that was that. Lee Sklar, fabulous. Marcus, great. Mark King, fabulous. Melvin. Mike Dirnt was great. Mike Rutherford was great. Neil Murray, fab. Nathan East, all good. Nick Beggs, fab. Yeah, going through all these. Roger Sadowski was a bit spiky. He's generally a little bit that way, but that's okay. It is what it is. Yeah. That's the ones that are on my list anyway here. But all good. John Cooper, right, thanks. If I go for the Fender, I don't have the floor space in my man cave, but plenty of wall. The status is always readily at hand and wouldn't be on the wall. Okay. Wait until you got the Fender. You might find it so prized you want to keep it in the case. Maybe. I don't know. Wait and see. Wait and see once you've got it. But yeah, having a wall hanger is no bad thing. Keith Doherty, have you ever tried the Trace Elliot Transit B pedal? Yes, I have. I had one here for review, and I had it for months and months and months, and I still didn't get around to reviewing it. I did use it here in my office, tried it a few times, kept saying to myself, got to film it, and then got an email from the distributor saying, can we have all that stuff back? And I was like, damn, I haven't filmed it, and I didn't have time to do it. What did you think of it? I thought it was a really good bit of kit, actually. The sort of thing that now, doing the IEMs thing, I probably make great use of. So if you are really after one, go ahead and buy one. It's not a bad bit of kit at all. But maybe check out, see if you can get one second hand. You're going to get more value for your money that way. But yeah, really good. Enjoyed it. It was good. But I wasn't using it in a gig setting. I was using it at home. But yeah. No qualms about that. Dawson, when you play bass, do you focus on locking in always with the kick or the snare or just whatever the song needs? Sometimes the bass line doesn't lock in with the kick or snare. It might be doing something completely different. Sometimes the drums are locking in with the bass line. Certainly in prog and some rock stuff and some jazz stuff as well. The bass leads. Who was going to tell Chris Squire to lock in with the drums? He wasn't going to lock in with the drums at all. Half the time it's up to Alan White to lock in with Chris Squire. And heaven forbid Bill Bruford locked in with Chris Squire. That was never going to happen. And yet what they created in the first version of Yes was fabulous. Fabulous. What's this? I don't know who this is. Starving Clarification O. Oh, God, here we go. It's one of those, isn't it? Right, let's get you off, shall we? Can't do it from there, so I've got to go into YouTube to do it. You don't make my life easy. He seems to have disappeared. I don't know what you've come through. Maybe you're... Let's check on Facebook, shall we? Or have you come through on Twitch? If you come through on Twitch, I will remove you. I'm guessing you've come through on Twitch. Oh, you have, yes. Well, I'm not logged into Twitch at the moment, so I can't do anything about that, so never mind. Dawson, Pete Way. No, I never interviewed Pete Way. I did meet him. I was in a rehearsal studio with him in 1997. My friend Paul Guerin, who's was the guitarist for the Choir Boys, now in their new version of the Choir Boys, said to me, "Oh, do you want to come down the studio, rehearsal studio? UFO are going to be rehearsing for their tour." I went, "Yeah, great, okay." Got there, waited for hours, like 8 hours for Schenker to turn up. When I left, he still hadn't arrived. He decided to stay in the Novotel at Hammersmith, and then taken himself off. And I have absolutely I never knew why. He went to Bromley shopping. What the hell was in Bromley that he went shopping to Bromley? Could have gone in the centre of London. He went to Bromley, complete opposite side of London. And so I was stuck in a rehearsal room with Paul and Leon, who was one of their techs, Pete Way, Phil Mogg, Paul Raymond. The drummer was called Simon, I think. I can't remember. And Pete Way, God rest his soul, I don't know what his situation was at that time, so it was late 97 in terms of drugs and drink. But he had, I can say this, Pete Way, because this is exactly how it was. He stank of BO. It was like rotten vegetable soup, and he had this huge, chunky herringbone coat on because it was the middle of winter, and it reeked. And I'm stuck in this rehearsal room with no windows or anything, and it was like, I just want to find a bucket. It was that bad, and he was there for hours, and he was in a right old state. And I remember looking at Phil Mogg, and I think he came up to me and said, "You look like a very sensible sort of chap." I said, "Well, I'm a bass player." I said, "But I'm not like him." And he said, "Yeah." He said, "You might be worth having on board." And I was like, "I don't want to be on board, like as a tech or anything. No, that's not." I said, I play for a living. That's what I do. I don't want to be a tech, thanks. That's not the life for me. Yeah, so that was my one and only time I met Pete Way, and that was enough. That was enough for me. I didn't need anything else. And poor guy's dead now, but there we are. But yes, a memory that I'll never forget. Well, you can tell that I've never forgotten it because I've remembered it all this time. Just bear with me a moment. Someone's trying to get hold of me here. Set list for tomorrow. Queen gig. Set list for tomorrow, fellas. Usual 90 minutes. Just so you know, difference to the set you've been doing. The big ending after Killer Queen is just our ending, but held and built in intensity for 20 seconds. After this, we're going to Kev's guitar. So, yeah, fine. Very good. Just bear with me, guys. That's that dealt with. Very good. That's done. Done. There's nothing else. Very good. There we are. Yeah. It's coming up at 10 o'clock here in London town. Brooksy's Bass Corner live chat 107. 107 of these. Thank you for watching. Thank you to new subscribers. Thank you for all the comments, all the thumbs ups, all the shares. It's all fabulous. Everything is in green on the channel in my analytics. It's exactly the way I like it. So thank you in advance. What's that? That's all good. That's what that is. Don't worry about that. So if you're watching, please give the video a thumbs up. It makes a big difference to the video, to the channel. It helps with how the video is perceived by the YouTube algorithm. So you can help me, help the channel, help the video by giving the video a thumbs up. It's the most important thing you can do. Stream health is excellent. That's what we like. Good, good, good. So if you've got any questions, oh, I see Pink Bassman there. Hold on, let me add you to the stage. I need headphones on so I can hear you. Let's bring him to the stage. He had his beard nicely re-dyed by his daughter last week. We can hear you.
Well, well, well. Greetings, all.
Speak forth in ringing tones.
Book of Armaments, chapter 3, verse 6.
While I have a drink.
The holy hand grenade. Thou shalt plucketh thine pin from thine holy hand grenade. How's that
Quite.
one?
Yeah, that'll do. That'll do indeed.
Oh, yes.
How's your day?
Busy, busy. But Fahrenheit is 71 degrees Fahrenheit here right now.
Nice.
As you can see
We've
through
had a
the...
nice sunny day, but it's been
Right.
windy, so it's had a bit of a chill in the air.
Oh, yes.
But we're due 20 degrees by Thursday, so...
That's lovely. Lovely.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah,
what
so
am
I took the status Graphite matrix on Saturday. I was relaying to the brethren and sisterin at the start of this live chat. So I had a little situation. So after the live chat, I plugged it in and I checked it over and I thought the strings were a little low, but I remember I set them low for when I did the demo that was here on the channel. That bass strung with 3595s. Pickups were a little high. So before I went to the gig, I dropped the pickups a little, but it was that old thing of having 35-year-old screws in that didn't really want to turn.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to have to put some try and get the screws out, put some WD-40 in and just smoothen the rotation, if you like. So anyway, thought it was passable, got to the gig, started playing, realized I was digging in too much because I'm used to playing 4000s or 4505s, and then got literally about a song in and thought these strings are way too low and the pickups are way too high and everything was distorting from the bass. Not good. So I had to find a happy medium when I was playing. And also that matrix, as lovely as it is for slapping and everything else, if you've got light gauge strings on it, you have to pan to that split coil pickup, because otherwise there's very little bottom end coming off that back single coil. It's super hot. The whole circuit is like super hot. So anyway, before that ever goes out on another gig, probably on Thursday, I'm going to take it in the workshop, give the put the strings up a little, try my darndest to try and get the pickups down a bit, and then we'll see where we are. But I also found that the center detent on the treble pot, because it's a stacked bass treble, where the center detent is, it should just be a notch. It's not. It's actually like a larger area at the moment. So I don't know if that's the control or if it's actually the pot needs replacing. So I'm thinking I'm going to try my best to get it the way I want it to be. And if I can't, then it's going back to status for a service next time I'm going past Colchester.
That sounds like a plan. Well,
Yeah. Say again?
speaking of grub screws,
What are we talking about? Grub screws?
Grub screws, they go belonging on something that can be swapped out, as I recall.
Grub screws are on the headless for retaining strings.
Right.
The problem with the screws I have is the pickup height screws.
Right.
So I can press the pickup and it will squash down a little. The foam is still fine under the pickup and squash the pickups down. But actually turning the screws, I think the previous owner not necessarily stripped the screw, because I can still see that there's, you know, the plus sign, the Phillips thing is still there. It hasn't ground that away, but it's just like the screw doesn't want to turn.
Yes.
But like I say, these are 35-year-old screws. So it could well be a little bit of WD-40 in the screw hole might just alleviate things a little. Lubrication, if you know what I mean.
I do, yeah.
Hmm.
Well, you know, I'm thinking of those certain bass.
Oh, yes. Well, it's done in a different way on those, isn't it? So with Allen keys, Allen head screws on the back, but I don't know. I've never had this on a status where the screws have been so resistant to turning. So I'm tempted to pull them out.
That would be a good idea.
Get some, maybe even use 3-in-1 rather than WD-40, which will just evaporate. I might put some 3-in-1 in there, let that soak in. Although I don't want the wood to be sodden. So it might well be I put the 3-in-1 on the screw, let it do its thing, putting it back in. But we will see. We will see. I was quite enjoying playing it, but it was just that the sound was not for me, and it was a combination of the strings, pickups too high, strings too low, and that EQ is so super powerful that even when I was going to the split coil pickup, the strings were so low they were bottoming out on the fret. So it was like, this is just, I'm not enjoying this. But it was too late. There was no room or space to do any adjustments. And once you're in there and you start doing the gig, you're doing it. So there we are. I can see Russell Zorno, who we haven't seen in a long while. Good to see you, Russ. Drive by like busy had breakthrough in physical rehab. Very good. Proceeded to crash my scooter. That's not the ideal, is it? But the important part is unaffected. Very good. Meaning pretty soon I start playing again full time. Excellent. Good stuff. Should progress. Hold G. Got to go. Physical therapy. Just wanted to drop a like since I saw you on. Thanks very much. Everyone stay healthy. Good to see you, Russell. Dawson, who's this Allen Keys guy? Yeah, sounds like quite a helpful person. He plays piano. Allen Keys, have you never heard him? No? Poor gag. So we'll see. If I can find the time on Thursday or Friday to do those adjustments, that bass might come back out on Friday, because I've got another request show on Friday. So we will see.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
There we are. There we are.
I'm having a bit of a bosh with decide which way to get through the road.
Your sound keeps cutting out, by the way.
Oh, isn't that lovely? Is it better?
That's lovely, that, yeah.
Oh, that's lovely, jubbly.
We get full stereo now. I don't know if you've seen Facebook or Bass Chat. So Granger Guitars are doing the special one-off Midas bass for Nick, and it's going to be raffled off.
Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, no, I saw a 3D rendering of it.
Okay, there are actual videos of the process in the workshop. So the timber work is fab. Very nice. Oh, have we lost you? Yeah. You've turned into Stephen Hawking's communications device. There we go. That's better.
Oh, lovely. Good. That's what I've always wanted to be.
Yeah. Again, you sound like a game of Super Breakout. Ping, pong, ping, ping, ping,
yes.
ping, pong, ping, ping. Yeah, one of those.
Yeah, so that's always
yes,
nice,
but it looks like a very nice instrument. So look forward to seeing it when it's all finished up and glossed and sprayed. It'd be great.
You know,
nice
somebody asked me the other
flame maple on the top as well. Go on. We've lost you.
Martin hit me. Of course. Hang on a minute.
Right. Start all that
I'm
sentence
watching it.
again.
Is it better now?
That's better.
Certainly. Someone had asked me if I knew where the green Enfield went that Martin Sims had made for him, and I honestly don't know.
I think he's still got it. I think that's still there.
Okay.
I think. If you hold on 2 seconds, let me just check. I don't think that one will be sold, if I'm honest. I think that's got. I think that has got too much sentimental value to it. Let me just. Bear me a minute. I need to just check my photos. Let me just check. What week was that?
Yeah, because I didn't. In some of the photos,
Oh, you've gone again, mate. Say all that again. No, you've gone all Metal Mickey on me. I didn't get any of that.
Just a
Go
moment.
again, sir. That's all right.
Okay. Better now?
Yeah.
I'm definitely trying to be a cartoon. There we go.
That's all right. I think I've removed the chat. I had some pictures of what was in the lockup, but I think it's still in their collection.
Okay.
Hang on, let's have a look in the gallery. Hold on. Oh, hold on. That might be what we're looking for.
Huh?
It could well be it's in a case, and that's why I'm not seeing it in the photos. So just bear me a moment. Make sure I get. No, I think. Yeah, I think I removed the chat off my WhatsApp and it's taken the images with it. Bum. Well, you know someone who will know, so. Yeah, I don't think because it was his favourite colour, and I think the connection with Sims, I'm not sure that has gone anywhere. I think that will be there in a case, and also because I'm sure he would have paid for that one to be built. I don't think Martin would have given him that base for free. So if he's paid for it, it'll be in the collection. He certainly didn't sell it before he passed away.
Right.
So yeah.
Right. That one we know for sure. That's one of those that I would assume isn't going anywhere, but you never can tell these days.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Shall we enjoy the sunshine for a few moments?
That's it. Hope no one's shooting a gun this week.
I don't believe so. I don't hear any pew pews going on in the background.
Yeah.
So no,
Very good.
that's all. Anyway, so what I was trying to get through in the midst of trying to be a cartoon character is all that stuff.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one, but I had a friend ask about it because I can tell you where there was a pair of light blue ones that I think Martin, and he was playing them a bunch. I know where those.
One of them is with Stuart Butt.
Right. That's what I was thinking. He's got
which I
another one.
think is the fretless.
He's also got a fretted.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's the pair that Nick had, or if Stuart bought one that was blue from Martin and then wanted the fretless as well. I don't know that.
I can ask him.
Yeah.
I check them every couple of days, and we go still game Glasgow humor.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he's from Wales.
Yeah.
Yep. We have a lot.
Yeah.
He's talking coming across the pond for a curry, so I think I can arrange that.
Very good.
Indeed.
Very good. So yes, yeah, that would be my knowledge on those ones. So
Right, right. Somebody asked earlier, the question that you had up on the screen was, do you follow the kick, the snare, or do you just play for the song?
yeah,
And I think it's a combination of all of the above.
listen up, Dawson. This is Jamie's version of this.
Right. Well,
Go for it.
see, so if you're going to hold down the bottom, you're going to play with the kick, and occasionally the snare will well because obviously kick snare, depending on where you want to accent notes. But then, of course, the drums could be doing something, and everybody else could be doing something complementary, and you can kind of sneak into the middle and do something different. So if the
Mm-hmm.
song calls, it's kind of like what we talked about the other day. Every song will tell you what bass. It'll tell you what bass it needs
Yep.
because you'll hear it in your head depending on the sound and the feel and the flavor and all that. Same idea with playing for the, same with the kick, the snare, and all that. Because every time I do a session, I think about that.
Yep.
Yep.
No, this is what I was saying because it's like Chris Squire didn't follow snare and bass
Nope.
drum. He just did his own thing. It was up to
Right.
the Alan White years. Alan White would follow Chris, but you can't imagine Chris and Bill Bruford following either. They were following their own thing, and
Right.
it was up to the other to keep up.
Mm-hmm. Well, kind of, if you can do a comparative. Chris Squire did that. John Entwistle was somewhere in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Well, in
And
that band, Entwistle was more like the guitar player, and Townsend was more the bass player.
funny, isn't it? And then if you want
So who was keeping time?
to go with these guys, little Geezer Butler
Mm-hmm.
um, kept it up. He kept along with Bill Ward, and Bill Ward did some crazy things that he snuck bass
Yep,
into. You know,
that's right.
no,
It's not a written in stone thing, Dawson. It's every band is slightly different and how they go about these things. There may be tracks on an album where they do, and then there may be tracks where they don't. It's but some bands are like that. You might have 4 or 5 people who are all forging their own path, but they're not going to follow that bass and drum locked in thing. Some do, some don't.
right? What?
I've been in that situation. You might get a very forceful drummer who's going to do his own thing, and there's no point you trying to lock in because it's not going to be that. It's going to be something else. So you just have to find in that forest of sound. You've got to find where are you fitting into that. Trial and error.
Yep. And then, of course, if you're
Thank.
all over
Go on.
it,
Yeah. I mean, thankfully, it doesn't happen very often. Usually, in a lot of the musical genres I play in, it's kind of predetermined what I'm going to be doing. So,
well, then you can take those moments. I end up doing this. Some of the moments where it is predetermined, I don't quite play it that way
hmm.
because you can play the same. It's the old joke about 4 chords and a smile. Um, when you play chords, and I'll say it this way, and then I'll explain it for those who are not clear. If I'm doing a 1-4-6 minor 5, okay, I'm playing a standard progression, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'd have to go and explain the whole Nashville number system if everybody wants. I can do that, but it's not really difficult. It's just something that you. The number means the chord in the scale or the note in the scale. Uh, if you know what key it's in, you know what note the number correlates to 1 through 7 with minors, augmented, diminished, all that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just chords and all that stuff. But a standard progression, simple pop song, 4 chords. After a while, it becomes tedious to keep doing the same thing over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had a few words with a couple people. We have a good laugh over this, but I tend to take chances when I play those kinds of songs, and sometimes those chances they land, and sometimes we're playing jazz. So it really just
Freeform jazz at that.
A Jazz Odyssey. Oh,
Yeah.
yes. So it just on at that point, if you are comfortable and everybody you're playing with is comfortable, and you don't tell them to bugger off by doing that, go for it. Do it.
Mm.
You know. And then if you get strung up later, or they think you're nuttering along, then hey,
You'll get told.
I,
You'll get told.
yes, you will. Yes. So
I mean, to be honest, a lot of the stuff I do, if people aren't dancing, then you know you're doing it wrong.
right,
So there is less opportunity for it to become more freeform in that respect. But a lot of the stuff I do, as I say, it's all predetermined because it's covers. It's the parts are written. Occasionally, you might get a band leader or someone in a band, an MD that might say, "Hey, we're going to mix these three up and put them together and make this into a medley," and they come up with a different sort of format how they want to do it. But still, in the framework of what that band is doing, invariably it's keeping people dancing or keeping people in a venue. So you don't want to go too far out of the bounds of taste,
right,
shall we say,
right.
to make them want to leave. You want to keep them in so that the band, the venue manager goes, "Hey, we've got loads of people at the bar buying drinks." It's that same old story. You
Yeah,
want people in there spending their money, and they want them in that bar, not the one next door that doesn't have a band. So
yep,
that's
yep,
that's the deal,
right.
pretty
And of course,
much.
you can explore all that territory if you're playing something more original based all the time, or you know, one of the reasons why I do a lot of studio stuff or session work, playing along, recording and such, is because I'm fascinated by what people are coming up with new.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if is new, depending on who's producing, what kind of thing they're going for, you can always add a little personal touch to it without making it, overplaying.
Mm-hmm.
And I prefer that. I don't mind cover songs, but give me the opportunity to speak a bass line, somebody new stuff, and see what happens. That's always the most fun for me.
Sure.
So yeah,
There you go, Dawson. There's your answer. Hope that's of use.
indeed.
So, no one apart from the lovely Ivor has told me if they saved any money on the strings from Amazon. I was a little confounded today, although I don't have all the latest up to date analytics from Amazon. I do have some analytics for yesterday to say there were, at this current time, but bear in mind this isn't the full analytics, 344 clicks on affiliate links for strings, and yet only 3 items were ordered. So only 3 people went ahead and ordered the strings that were on reduced prices, which I think is quite stunning. So either they weren't as cheap as people normally buy their strings for, which could well be the case, I don't know, or people aren't parting with their cash. And I understand it here in the UK. Today has been a day where the energy price cap has gone up, and council tax bills have gone up, and water bills have gone up, and.
Pints in the pub have gone.
So, if you don't know what I'm talking about, yesterday I discovered that Amazon.co.uk had reduced prices on whole swathe of bass strings by Road Sound, DR, Ernie Ball, Daddario, and Elixir. I did a live chat yesterday afternoon, and you can see that here on the channel. I put a link in the live chat earlier on. And if you go to that video in the description box, there are loads of affiliate links for the reduced price strings. Alternatively, you can go to the Brooksy's Bass Corner storefront on amazon.co.uk, go to the string products section, and the strings are all in there. You'll see it has what the current price is and then what the list price is, or there'll be a red sort of indicator that this is on a deal. Those are the strings you want.
There you go.
So if you're a big fan of Road Sound Funkmaster FM66 steel strings, which are Mark King's preferred gauge, 3090s, they are £18.50. Normally they're close to 23, 24, 25 quid. So it's a fair old saving, which I find quite odd because those strings use the least amount of metal. So you can have a string that uses far more metal and that costs less. I don't make the rules. I just report the news, you know.
That's right. Don't shoot the messenger is the joke.
That's it. So
That's
what else is on the Millard list of jobs today? What else have you got to do?
So today, let's see what else. We're working up in June. I found out that the label is re-released. The Applehead record. I shared that with you. It will be out in May on red vinyl. Very,
Nice.
very, very limited run of red vinyl, as well as some CDs with some new artwork, new crazy pictures, and all that stuff. So that means I'm kind of fishing about, if you will, to connect with some of the magazines in UK. I actually had one. There was one called the How to Play Rock and Metal. You may not be familiar with it, but it comes out of UK.
Right.
They did a review of our album 23, and the girl who wrote the review, I thought she was quite humorous. Said she loved it because she played it a bunch, but the thing she couldn't understand was how to classify it. She
Right.
didn't know what style of music it was. Couldn't decide if it was, a certain kind of hard rock, a certain kind of metal, a certain kind of something. Oh, Ollie's friend is at the door. Uh,
Ah.
so I'm going to do a couple more things. I'm going to send something that comes out. I'm going to send it to Metal Hammer, and I found a few others with the submission process because it's always nice to have feedback.
Mm.
So that's some of the things I'm doing this evening. I'm corralling a list of what's all there, who I need to be connecting with, all that kind of thing. So that's
Very
on the
good.
agenda for this evening.
Okay.
So, because it's only almost 3:30 here. So
Mm. You still got
yeah,
a load of your day to go.
I do.
Excellent.
You all are fixing.
Excellent.
Yes, you guys are having
Yeah.
tea in eternity. I've
Well,
got to wait.
I've had all my dinner. You know,
I say
it's yeah.
good. Oh,
uh, Say again.
I said tomorrow's a curry lunch. So
Ah, there you go. Well,
yeah,
we're currying on my birthday, so at the end of the
lovely.
month. So building up for that. The
Okay.
lovely thing is we go and spend enough that we have 3 days worth of food. So
Right. Right.
it'll be a curry blowout for a couple of days. It's all good.
Well, you've seen what I've done the last couple mornings, eh?
Well, indeed, yes, curry in an omelette. How about?
Right. Right. 2 eggs and a slop of curry.
There you go. That'll keep you going. Keep
Oh,
you going
keeps
till
everybody.
lunch.
Oh, that'd be breakfast for sure. That's, instead of having, because I can't have a full English breakfast here because nobody knows how to do it. I'll just have a
Well,
curry.
that's right.
It'd be a nice London lunch for breakfast.
Very strange that has never translated across the pond because you'd think that would be right up people's streets.
I would have thought that as well because between a full English and a full Irish, I've had both,
Mm,
and I can't find a problem with either one really. But it's
there you
it's.
go.
I think the thing here is because everyone who doesn't want eggs and meat and whatnot for breakfast usually has some sugary cereal, which
Mm,
no, I
defeats
pass.
the object. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it starts you off with a sugar rush, which you don't need anyway.
Mm,
I mean, if you're going to have sugar, go have some chocolate.
that's it.
That's right.
That's
That's
it.
right.
Have some hazelnut chocolate spread.
Go with that, or have a nice have a or a Cadbury special in the morning.
Wow. Let's set
Yeah.
yourself up for the day. Have a
Ooh,
sugar crash by 10:30.
that's
That's
right. What'd
it.
you have for breakfast? Oh, I had an Arrow Mint. Okay.
Mm, nice and healthy. Excellent.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's a place here called Nessa's British Delights, and it's a
Ah,
food. It's a food truck as well as a shop, and I
okay.
can I can get everything from an Arrow bar to Heinz Spotted Dick in a can.
Mm-hmm.
as
I know
well as
it well.
Scotch. I can get Scotch eggs.
Mm.
So
Yeah, I remember them well from my meat eating days. But
yes,
there
indeed.
we are.
So, yeah, all
Okay,
the
my
cake.
friend. I'll let you crack on, do your thing. I'm actually going to wind the live chat in about 5 minutes because I think we're
Okay.
winding down, so it's all good. Thank you very much for the updates. I will catch you in the week.
Yes,
Take
indeed.
care. See you next week,
Cheerio.
sir. Take
Yes.
it easy. Bye bye.
Right.
There he went. There he went. So it is 26 minutes past 10. So I'm going to wind this to a close. Thank you very much to everyone for joining in. Now that we're back on Tuesdays from 8 o'clock, I will see you next Tuesday. There will be long form videos up later in the week. Just got to get tomorrow's gig out the way. I've got some stuff to do in the loft on Thursday. We're going through loads of boxes and stuff, trying to make some room in our loft. So that's kind of taking priority at the moment. But I'm trying to get gig vlog 4 and 5 out this week if I can. And then we sort of crack on with all the other stuff. So it's all good. So thank you very much for joining in. If you've been here for the whole duration, thank you. Thank you for all the messages. Thank you for all the likes, all the comments, all the shares, all the new subscribers. Very good. If you're watching this after the event and you do buy some bass strings, let me know how much you how much you saved in terms of your purchases. I will check it in with you all next week to find out. Might end up doing an impromptu live chat on Saturday. We'll see how we go. I haven't got a gig. I'm actually at home this Saturday, but if a gig comes in, then fine, so be it. And if it doesn't, maybe I'll do a little half an hour catch up with you on Saturday afternoon or Saturday evening. We'll see. On that note, I'm going to love you and leave you. Have a great week. Enjoy your bass playing. You need to get a hold of me. Email me, brooksysbasscorner@gmail.com. I'll see you here next Tuesday, same time, 8 p.m. UK time. Feel free to like the videos, comment, share anything here on the channel. It's all very much welcome. And on that note, I will let you crack on with your Tuesday. Thank you for coming by. If you're watching this after the event, you can still leave comments and I'll reply to them as soon as I get notifications that they're there. All right, take it easy, guys. See you next week. Have a great week. Enjoy your bass playing. Take it easy.